Hello everyone, great to have you back. We are moving forward with our use of Microsoft Excel charts for advanced function. For now, we are moving to the use of forecasts. Microsoft Excel actually allows us to forecast future occurrence, and in situations where we have present record, it also allows us to look back into what past record that we cannot find might actually be. So there are two methods that Microsoft Excel allows us to use for forecasting. One is much more recommended. So let's see how it works. Let's see the first one. Now this is the data I want to use for my forecast. The data has date and it has, let's rename this to revenue. It has date and it has revenue per quarter. So this is revenue per quarter from 2025 down to 2026. So we want to forecast beyond the last date, which is 9th of March 2026. Let's use the first method. Let's select our data. Now let's go to our insert menu. We come to charts. We are going to use bar charts. We are going to use line charts to do this. I select my line chart. Now this is a line chart of current record revenue, the number of years from 10th of March 2025 down to 10th of February 2026. Now I want to focus beyond or backwards. So how do I do this? Select the trend line. Now go to the tip of it, select it, right click, and click on Add Trend Line. Click on that. So once you click on Add Trend Line, you will go to the right hand side. You will see different trend line that you can add. So I have linear. Linear is kind of straightforward, so it does not really show the movement of trend. I have a logarithm, just like linear. I have a polynomial, better than linear, but still not okay. Then I have exponential, which is much more in sync with the trend movement. Now, I will drag down, and I will see forecast. Now, I want to forecast forward or backward. Like I said earlier, backward if we only have present record. I want to forecast into what the past record would have been. We can use that. But in most cases, we will be looking forward. Now, we want to look forward into the next quarter. This is 10th of February 2025. So we want to look into March, April, May. That will be 3 months, that's 90 days. So we are going forward to 90 days. So I press enter. So now you can see the date has extended from 10th of February 2026 down to 10th of May 2026. Now, this is where the initial actual trend stop. Now, from here onward is our forecast. This is our forecast. So this is just a simple way to do it, not the most advisable. The most advisable is the next step. So let's delete this and go to the next method that we can use for our forecasting. Now, the next method uses Microsoft Excel built-in formulas and functions that will help us to forecast more reliably. So how does this work? We select our data as usual. Then we go to our data menu, click on data. And if we look at our icons, we come to the right, we are going to see forecast sheet. Click on it. There you have it. We have our forecast sheet. So what just happened? Now, this is our actual trend, the blue line, which stops here. Now, we have the forecast trend, the thick one. Now, we have one above. Now, the distance between these two is what is called our upper band, while the distance downward is our lower band. And this is our trend line. So if we also look at the the last date is 25th of February 2026. Then forecast move on to 5th of June 2026. Now we can actually specify the date where we want our forecast to end. Now this end June 2026. If I want it to go as far as December 2026, I put it here December. I'll press enter. So it goes further into December. It goes further into December. But let me bring it back. Let's bring it back. Our forecast sheet. Okay. Now this ends in June. Now this is our forecast. Now, once we have done this, we now want to create the forecast. We click on the create button. So Microsoft Excel now creates the forecast for us, which will be on another worksheet different from our data worksheet. All right. Now, if we pay close attention, we see our forecast. Now, if we scroll down, we are going to see our forecast data. So Microsoft Excel, after giving us the forecast chart, also provides the data for the forecast. That is why we can have our data, our revenue. Now we have our forecast revenue, which is our added column. We have our lower confidence bound for the forecast, and we have our upper confidence bound for the forecast. So what this chart is now saying is that for our forecast period, our trend line will not exceed the upper band and the lower band. So our trend line will fall between the upper and lower, but we never exceed it. So we can then use this and the forecast data provided to make our plan, our projection, and our budget for future expenditure. So guys, that is how we use Microsoft Excel to do forecasting. That is how we come to the end of the use of advanced Excel for charts. I will see you in the next class when we will take on a new topic. Please guys, don't forget to practice until you have mastered the process. Have a nice day.